You hear the music, you know what time it is. Just Defend here, Fuzda over there, and welcome to the Super Metroid 100% tournaments for Speedgaming Live 2023. I've let the racers go, and this should be a good one. How's it going, Fuzda?
Just Defend, yeah, it's great. This is exciting. It's been a while since I think you and I have commentated a race together, so I'm excited. Especially these two racers, just absolute top of their game. I expect a lot of very cool things to watch here. I'm very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of what I expected for like the top 6, the top 4, these two players, and it will be best 2 out of 3. So some exciting stuff coming up for sure. And there won't be too many differences either. These guys, they're doing the exact same route. It's just going to be straight up to their execution. May the best person win.
Exactly. And we're starting off strong. On Series Station, everyone's favorite station. What's your favorite room in Series Station, JD? And why is it the stairs room?
Why is it the stairs room? The stairs room, has a lot of nuance to it because I don't know, just the ability to weave in between that Z shape isn't easy, especially with the steam coming out of the side there. The timing, it's pretty interesting stuff, especially when you're trying to get through the first minute of the game.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, Gebbu, I think a point concern for him, this player's been very consistent throughout the tournament, but he's been a bit disappointed in his varia times. So hopefully that doesn't weigh on his mind. They have to do another match after this, and then maybe even go to the third match. So it's a lot of Super Metroid to play, and you can't really get caught up on the tiny details. It can really wear you down as someone that races in a tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, even just 2 races of 100% back-to-back is brutal. I think there was the Zost Behemoth race just yesterday, and just talking to both of the runners afterward, they talk about how the past race influences the one they're doing now, right? It's almost impossible. I mean, you think about what you did last race. Like, Behemoth had an absolutely astonishing first run, and it was difficult to come down from that because you're very hyped up, you're very excited, and on the opposite side, right? If you tend to not do so well, perhaps that weighs on you, and you have to get over it. You got to just play each race separately.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a question there. Have we cast any predictions for the rest of the tournament? Me personally, I have not. I did figure these were going to be these two players were going to be in the final 4 as the other two, Behemoth and Zost. With how Behemoth's been playing, he's been playing like pretty lights out. There's not much to say about how well he played yesterday, but we're here to talk about these two players. ShinyZeni and Gebbu both got knocked down to the lower bracket, and they've been trying to claw themselves back to see who faces the Zost in the losers final.
Yeah, this is absolutely fighting for their life here. Not quite this race, but just this match overall is gonna determine who fights his Zost. But they're both about even, heading up into bombs. Gebbu talking again about how much he doesn't like early game, and he's falling like a second or 2 behind Zeni, which is great. I mean, as long as you keep that pace and you're not happy with your early game, you can hope your mid or late game can can pick up the pace for you, right?
Yeah. This is also a pretty technical spot in the game. Both doing the right side climb, wall jumps, shooting upwards every so often, make sure they clear out the pirates in their way. And both of them looking very, very clean as they go into the parlor.
Great climbs from both, and like these two rooms, back to back, climb then parlor, are two of the hardest rooms in the game, but easily, and they both did it very, very well.
Yeah, pretty much impeccable, just going up to the bombs. I think maybe we'll see the players step it up a little bit in this first match. So just doing a little moonwalk there, get themselves in position for the bomb to rezone. Wait for the bomb to jump. 5 shots with the pea shooter, then pick up the missiles from the orbs. Yeah.
Great bomb tweezers from both, and now they just want to make sure. Okay, good. Just it's never, it's always somewhat concerning. Just you might not get full missiles, and you have to do a slight backup strat in Terminator, but they both have full missiles, no problem. Gebbu going for left side Alcatraz, Zeni for the slightly faster right side. You can see these Zeni going for overall just generally slightly faster strats. And with both of their executions being on point, Zeni is ahead just by virtue of those faster strats, really.
It's pretty interesting to watch the match between Zeni and Sistream, because Sistream was doing some very wild strategies. So Zeni down to about 3 missiles. I was curious what he was going to do there. Maybe farm the Kagos, or maybe going to farm one of these crabs here coming down. Very, very expressive player, ShinyZeni, with his webcam there.
This is very concerning, because if he doesn't get a missile drop, okay, he did. Because if you kill the 4 crabs here, they don't get a missile drop. The only thing you can do is go back up the elevator. So I'm glad we managed to avoid that, and he got that missile drop. But just the little slowdowns that Zeni had here, having to farm both the pirates in Terminator and the crabs here, gives Gebbu a lead early on.
I've probably brought this up before, but it's always kind of funny to me seeing them pick up the reserve tank first as they do in this room.
Yeah, the order of this room has changed a little bit since I think we played 100%.
Yeah, you were talking about how we haven't commentated together for a while, and I think the last 100% tournament was like in 2016 or something like that.
Yeah.
Back in the early days of Speedgaming, and we had some familiar faces there too, Behemoth and Zost. So back at it again. It's always enriching to see that a game like Super Metroid is still going pretty strong with the races.
Absolutely. And we're seeing some small difference in strats here. Gebbu going for the door fix mock ball, giving a little bit more time ahead of Zeni here. But just it's just interesting to watch the different strats these runners choose and where their acceptable tolerance for risk or execution are, right?
Zeni's so consistent with that up into a little bit of the time saved there. But they're rolling down green hills. Gotta get this deep boost at the end there, give you some iframes so you can run through some of the enemies.
It's interesting to see the same strat just executed a little bit differently. Gebbu wanted to break spin, Zeni wanted to stay in spin, but it all comes down to the same.
I don't foresee any sort of problems, but Gebbu is down on energy, comparatively. I've seen someone, die in Kraid's lair, and that's a disaster. You
This
don't want
can potentially be problematic, right? Because I assume both of these runners will be going for the lag reduction in Kraid by taking damage on the spikes.
Yeah, I think it's very situational. I think Zeni has been very aware of it, and when his energy is too low, they don't tend to go for it.
Yeah, this is not uncommon to see runners have about this energy that Gebbu has, and when you see him get to the Kraid E tank, he'll be in beeping range for sure.
Oh, a bit of a sink there. They just picked up Spazer. What do you think about Spazer, Fuzza?
I don't think it's the best. I would rather just have wave. I mean, that's just my comfort zone. Just give me wave. That's all I need. But
yeah,
without Spazer here, it'll have some ramifications and wreck ships. So I'm glad they have it.
That was the opinion I was looking for from the low percent Hyper Metroid machine over here.
That's right. You don't need beams. Just charge. Charge is all you need.
Okay, lag reduction strats. Looks like, okay, Zeni's gonna go for it. Take some hits there on the spike. Line up the missiles. Get the Kraid quick kill.
And Gebbu went for it too, and you see his health is already down to 51. It's not quite beeping range, but it could be with a hit from the what's it called? The spikes coming up here in a minute. It'll be about close. But they're both fixing the door there. You see how they both jump a little higher than they need to get onto the platform to aim down. That fixes that door. It's always hard to tell because it's a black transition. You can't see it. But that door moves just like any other. And just through virtue, like they're doing basically the same strats here in these rooms, but just through virtue of a little bit better execution, Zeni's running a little bit ahead. And as we say that, Gebbu gets the mock ball out of into here and catches right up just like that. I expect to see a lot of lead changes back and forth right here all through Norfair.
Yeah.
A very difficult segment here, Upper Norfair. It's very possible for lots of little things here and there to change the lead back and forth.
Yeah, so Zeni gets the mock ball coming out of Kraid's lair, and Gebbu misses it. So there's a little lead change. So we are coming into Norfair mostly just very movement focused. You're collecting a lot of items. You're gonna get the items that make you go fast, obviously, the speed booster and the wave beam. And there's no shortage of minor optimizations. First thing up, we're gonna grab high jump boots.
Yeah, there's a few, like, speaking of minor optimizations here, this little segment where they have full health after collecting both Kraid E-Tank and High Jump E-Tank is pretty important. That's why you saw them in Business Center farming the Sovas. Zeni got a super, which is fine, but I think health is technically preferable. You'll see them farm here as well, exactly. So what they want here, while they have full health, they want to get health into their reserve, which will let them give them a little bit of a safety net, leaving Wreck Ship to do the Gauntlet Spark. Yeah, Gebbu's, I mean, I think I've counted 3 big healths he's gotten, and a small health when he's at full health, so he's got to be feeling pretty good about his reserve right now as they're heading into Bubble Mountain to get speed.
Right.
Great recognition from Zeni there. Sorry, is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. When you see the Kag Attack at the top there, balloon up, it's always a warning sign. So you got to restrain yourself ever so slightly.
It's not a lot of time you have to react there. So it's a great call from Zeni. Their heads up play to always notice that and react in time. 14 minutes in, and we're still within less than a second of each other here. This is great. And this farm will set the tone for both of these runners a little bit here. Gebbu is already looking great. Yeah, he doesn't even need to farm. That's a great call. He knows his reserve is pretty much full. He has 4 supers. He's good to go. Skipping that farm at all gives Gebbu a little bit time back here.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to me how they use their ammo here, because a lot of the little optimization been talking about has been about ammo management, and more supers that they have, always generally a good thing. They want to have supers to open up the power bomb door, the beta power bomb door, and moving on into the direction. Excuse me.
Exactly. It's always funny when people aren't exactly familiar with 100%. It's difficult to tell them that resource management is just as important. Well, maybe not just as important as in any percent, but it's definitely still extremely important. Wow, 2 super drops for Gebbu. And Zeni also. Whoa, what are these Sovas being so generous? This is crazy.
Yeah, we're talking about the ammo management. RNG is also a big thing, and I forgot. They are picking up ice. Typical of me to forget, as someone that does things the old way. So that is also another super door to account for.
Yeah, they'll need this ice beam to get spring ball later because they're skipping grapple for now. But it also help them climb red tower. They don't need it, but it'll make it just more consistent and easier. Oh, great mock ball out of ice from Gebbu, and now the ice escape from Zeni here. Just like that, easy from both. Ooh, Zeni gets the boomerang out of the ice escape, and Gebbu unfortunately hits left a little bit early to do the ball jump check on the door. Did Zeni? Oh, for some reason, oh yeah, he did crouch. Zeni crouched a little bit early out of the glass tube, and actually stopped his speed and had to re-get his spark here, but that's alright, I suppose. Gebbu just gets a little bit more time back.
Yeah, it's always interesting to me with that alpha spark there. You're trying to land on the lip of the door there. It's just like the smallest little thing, but it doesn't always seem to work when you want it.
Yeah, not ideal. A great morph weave down to power bombs for Zeni. Gebbu following right behind.
Yeah, I have to say, this is outstanding gameplay from both of these players. They're keeping up with each other. They're playing very well. The biggest hurdle coming up right now is going to be Fantud, as it always is.
It always is. This is, so far, everything they've done is pretty much in their control, but adding up to Fantoon, that's something you just can't control. If you get a slow, your opponent gets a fast, that's just the way it goes. You've lost, what is that, 12 seconds? You're just gone. There's 20 seconds, you're just gone.
Yeah, but, I like that variation here. ShinyZeni using the speed echoes to clear out the big hoppers, and Gebbu just opting to spark. You take a little bit more damage, I feel like, if you spark into the spikes like that. But right now, Zeni with less energy shouldn't be a problem. They also have the reserves.
Very, very difficult room to execute here, right before pre-moat. The idea here is you want to lay the power bomb as soon as possible and get over to the left to start your charge.
I was
Gebbu
worried.
had a little bit of a hiccup falling off the ledge, but he's managed to catch it up. And it looks like he's got Ocean Fly here.
Yeah, I was worried there for Gebbu because he didn't. I wasn't really sure if he cleared out that flying enemy going to the right, but it disappeared from the screen and is able to get the Ocean Fly. Yeah, that's the biggest thing about these races. You can't be too concerned about where your opponent is. I'm not sure. That'll be a question for the players afterwards if they are watching the restream. Some of the competitors opt to keep track of their opponents. Some don't. I imagine it adds more pressure, but you can't be too concerned. Gebbu trying to keep up best he can. Right now, Zeni will be the first to fight Fantoon.
And not too far behind, and we'll see what the kind of patterns these players get.
We've had some pretty unusual, unorthodox patterns from Fantoon in some of the high-profile matchups. Okay, it looks like
I think
Zeni.
Zeni actually ran into one earlier, one of his last races, unfortunately for him.
Okay, both gonna get first round slow. Wow. Wow. Very, very good first round for Zeni. Does not get the fast left.
That was a fantastic Doppler first round for Zeni there, but unfortunately he does get the slow. Looks like Gebbu's getting I didn't see what Gebbu's first round was, but this is a slow for the second round for him as well.
Yeah, another slow for Gebbu getting the second round. So 2 rounds. 2 rounds. I'll take 2 rounds. I think the players will take 2 rounds as well. The little craziness that has been in the tournament thus far. You get that extra third round, it does cost you.
It does. Ooh, little stingy drops for Zeni here, but Gebbu coming out clean with 5 supers all the way. That's that'll compound into later for sure.
Yeah, they dropped this little bomb here just to move the robot out of the way. Just knocks him back a little bit. Have a clear path to jump over.
Yeah, this is... I think corralling robots is definitely the theme of of this entire wreck ship. They got to do it 3 different times in 3 different rooms. It's not easy to do.
Yeah. Health energy management is also a big thing. You see them do some damage boosting here. Zeni about to enter the spiking room of death.
Oh, he noticed he didn't get the great ball boost right away, so he morphs immediately in order to get up. Gebbu gets the ball boost all the way across, saves a little bit more time. They both got the D boost out of the spiking room of death. Fantastic play from both, and here comes the bomb jump. 1 and done from Zeni.
Oh, Gebbu also taking it a little careful there. I think he just trying to make sure you get over to the edge. I like that you call it the bomb jump because it totally is. It's not like anything else in the 100% speed run. Very, very nerve-wracking stuff, in my opinion.
It's a huge time loss if you fall down there. So great that they both did not. But now we're going to see both of our runners be extremely careful about their health. They want to try to maintain their health as much as possible for Gauntlet Spark. And a great ballistic from Zeni there. On the way back, let's see the speed keep. Oh, not quite.
Oh, Gebbu, okay, gets caught up on the little obstacle there. Just gotta make sure he clears everything out. I thought he was about to get that speed keep, but
Yeah, it looked good. Zeni on the way in, a fantastic robots. Let's see the back. Easy does it. Moonwalk makes that the way back a little bit easier, but the way in is still just as hard as always.
yeah, I like that from Gebbu too. He wasn't going to try to force trying to get through the robot on the first damage, so just resetting himself a little bit there, and gets out of the attic.
Oh man.
Such a sniper with that angle down shot.
Yeah, that super shot is tricky because it depends on so many different variables. Where you land after sky missiles, where you shoot. Like it's not easy to get consistent. And it's a great shot that Zeni does there.
Yeah, Gebbu, yeah, as you saw, I was like, there's nothing wrong with his shot, but it just was off the mark a little bit. All right. Okay, I don't think I heard him hit the second robot.
Yeah, that I think Zeni could tell as well. I think he's looking a little disappointed here. I think there might be something to finish up here when he gets down after rolling. Gebbu, on the other hand, shall see.
Yeah, we shall see. I heard it's funny. I was able to hear ShinyZeni's first shot, and I was able to hear Gebbu's second shot. The other shots I wasn't able to hear, so it will be a little bit of mystery with the robot flusher strat.
Yeah, you see the second robot here for Zeni unfortunately did not get hit, but that's better than at least one, right? If you don't get both, that's a pretty big time loss. But just one that's all right.
All right, Gebbu got them both. That'll be a nice time save for him. Still, I'll get a time check when they grab gravity here, but he is behind Zeni in this first match.
There's one thing to note here. Gebbu's health, while not dangerously low, is a little bit low. If he has a bad criteria power bombs room, that might lead to him needing to use his reserve.
So about 10 seconds apart, these two players.
That's a great, like, for 27 minutes in, this is still a great race.
I cannot stress how hard that is that Zeni pulled off there with the speedball.
Oh my
Gebbu
gosh.
keeping pace. These guys, they're bringing their A game. With the leg ball, they're doing it.
That's crazy. That is not an easy mock ball to do. Both of them going for. I kind of wonder if Gebbu was watching and he went for it just because he saw Zeni get it.
Yeah, it's not like the thing about it is like it's not like the environment contours for you to get the mock ball easily. It's really just based on feel.
Gebbu's health here is just too low. He's gonna have to refill. Zeni, he should be okay. Maybe, I'm not exactly sure. I think unless he goes for a jump here, he's gonna have to refill a little bit as well. Yeah, he's gonna refill. Oh, gets the short charge, but just a little bit out of time to get the breaking the block. Let's see if Gebbu can get it. Oh, it's looking pretty good. Fantastic.
Yeah, guess the Gauntlet Spark. That's gonna catch him up about 6 seconds. And he just YOLOs it.
Wow.
So you could see the benefits immediately as they're both picking up these missiles.
Yeah, Gebbu fell behind a little bit after gravity. But now within like half of an item fanfare on the way down to Brinstar cleanup.
Yeah, about like 3 seconds for getting the charge shot into the speedball to the elevator.
Yeah, these are not easy mock balls to get here. That charge into the mock ball into the elevator, not easy.
Yeah, like we're talking about like speed running. You think like, oh, you should be going as fast as you can through all of these rooms, holding the run button. But if you're going too fast, too much speed, especially going for that trick, you will not get that speed ball. You will bump into the door. This is like another big cleanup area of the Brinstar revisit. Gonna grab a lot of energy tanks. Very nice from Zeni not to get grabbed by any of the grasshoppers that will cause lag. Also the same from Gebbu.
Very well executed from both of them. Zeni going for an aggressive, not running the way that Gebbu did through the bottom of the spikes, but starting off on top. That's a pretty aggressive way to do it, and it worked out pretty well for him. Gebbu had a little bit of difficulty getting into the Batakun's powerbomb.
Yeah, I think he realized he wasn't going to get enough height. Just barely, not going to get enough height. So it's good recognition to notice something like that, and then correct yourself as quick as you can.
Yeah, I'm a little impressed that Zeni managed to get that spark off there. There must have been only a handful of frames left on that spark, if any.
Yeah, again, Zeni. Ooh, okay. Make sure you get that super shot. Zeni very expressive. His wife cram, and especially in a very lengthy speed run, a lot of tricks, a lot of execution. Just kind of keep on rolling, as they say.
At the wave gate E-tank here, they're just about done with Pink Brinstar. Then they'll be heading up to Meridia, which is, I believe, I can quote Zeni here, and probably most Super Metroid runners, this is Meridia's where runs go to die, so we'll see how they handle that.
That's how I feel about a lot of Super Metroid categories. Meridia is the abyss for dead Super Metroid runs. It just it's just very technical. I just have to say.
Both of our runners getting the super mock ball out of Spore Spawn Supers, heading down to the charge E-tank now.
Yeah, I think Zeni's play has been pretty unwavering since he got that lead. So
just these super tiny optimizations that both of these runners are going for. The down angle shot to open that pink door to enter this room. That's like 6-7 frames most, like maybe a little bit more. Just these super small time savers that really add up, but they're both hitting them. Like Zeni's not giving any ground, but Gebbu's not falling behind either. He's still there.
Yeah.
Right. We talked, JD, you talked about the how it's not always the best thing to hold run the entire time. This is one of those rooms. Going for what's called Blockbuster. Looks like Zeni gets it. You'd have a very specific amount of run speed to get this. Gebbu gets it as well.
Yeah, these guys are rising to the occasion. They're not disappointing with any of the swag that is on display.
An interesting moonwalk there. Not sure what that was about from Gebbu. Maybe he just wanted to... I'm not sure. But heading into Meridia now, we'll see this. Killing the crab. Sparking up. No safety ledge for Zeni there, just sparking right at the plant. Gebbu!
Oh, Gebbu. Yeah, Gebbu flubbing a little bit. You gotta get the super short charge. There we go.
Oh man, this is one of those feelings, right? Where like these players have been nailing these rooms for how long? Since, I mean, they have not made major mistakes in a while. And when something like this happens, it can be extremely damaging to your concentration because you feel like you're in the zone, you're executing well, and just this tiny little mistake, and you see the hesitation where Gebbu messes up the backup right away, right? He tries to go for the short charge and just misses the taps on the first one. So
yeah,
these things can spiral very quickly.
Yeah, this might be a very crucial moment in the race. Zeni not getting the good jump out of the Mama Turtle room, so you're just gonna have to clear out that fish. So we'll see if Gebbu can regroup, gather himself together, and get himself speedrunning. There's the good jump, so you have time to wall jump before the fish, the aforementioned fish in the fish tank, shows up to block your way.
This is Zeni heading up to watering hole now. Gonna deboost. Oh, he's not gonna deboost. He's gonna... I've actually never seen that strat before. Maybe I haven't seen Zeni and Meridia in a while, but short charging to kill the ouch, I think it's called. And then you don't even need to worry about on the way back.
Yeah, that's a really cool variation of the strat there. The Gebbu just gonna plow right through. He's got plenty of energy to take, you know.
That's one way to go for it, right?
But on the way back, you see doing a little stutter to get the speed echoes. Make sure that ouch doesn't hurt him.
A little bit of a high five as Gebbu enters watering hole with Zeni leaving. Oh, Zeni missed the mock ball a little bit, but not a big deal. Just a little bit time loss. Zeni heading into bot wound after that moonfall through the pipe room there. There's a little bit of RNG here from these Meridia bosses. Not much. I'd say the biggest one is going to be Dragon, but bot wound still has a little bit of RNG as well, as pointed out in an earlier race, I believe. If you get a bad pattern where they go into the top hole. Oh. Yep. Looks like Zeni has to clean up the bot wound a little bit slower just because you have to move instead of shooting all at once. But cleans it up fine and heading over to Dragon while Gebbu enters bot wound. And that's just a little bit difference that bot wound can give you, right? Gebbu gets a more friendly pattern. It's a little bit faster, but Zeni nailing the full halfie can head into Dragon now.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about with Meridia. Like when I say that it's technical, it's just it just doesn't let up. You have bot wound, you have the full halfie, you have Dragon right after it. It's all very important sections of the game, in any part of Super Metroid speedrunning, and just being able to nail all of it it isn't easy, and if one thing goes wrong, it can really demotivate you.
Say a good opening spark from Zeni. Let's see if he can clean it up on the second spark.
Okay, a little extra damage there with the missile, finishing off Dragon. Very nice.
Trying to convert this blue suit into a spike suit. Gets it. And now Gebbu's first spark. It looks good. And Gebbu with the lucky goo here. Oh!
Is that the bad frame?
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Gebbu. Not okay. Well, it doesn't matter as much. He lost a little bit of time going for that, but I think it's worth going for if you can get it on that time. A great backup to get this spark that Zeni's going for. Then here's re-equipping Ice and Spazer to do the ice clip to Spring Ball that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, getting some iframes there. Just we talking about those ouches. What they want to do is they want to space jump with those speed echoes and then break the blocks that Zeni just did right there.
Gebbu going for it as well. Gets the blue. And through the blocks. All right, heading over to the Puyo clip now. This is something that there are very consistent setups for, but if it is missed, if they do miss it, it's a significant time loss to reload the room. And you have to get it to continue, so.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see such a consistent setup for that now. When you and I would do it, we were kind of going off what we knew was the right, frame of animation or whatever. Or sometimes I wouldn't even have like a backup. Ooh, Gebbu taking a fall there. Just gotta make sure he morphs, jumps through. Yeah, but I had a pretty unsafe setup where I just jump and then get above the Puyo and shoot downward, and just go for it. Very very YOLO.
Yeah.
Pretty
if you get it,
humorous.
you get it. If you
yeah,
don't,
that's
well,
right.
I guess you
gotta reload the room. One and done.
Oh man. Okay, so we saw Zeni firing off missiles here. Gebbu is not going for it. This is a little bit of a farm strat. What's happening here is Zeni wants to have a low enough number of missiles that GT will be, Golden Teresa will be guaranteed to be doing the balls that you can farm, the orbs, the entire fight. So you can hopefully get probably like an average of like 3, I would guess, maybe 3 to 4 supers extra during the fight. And those supers will be used on Ridley, and it's probably, realistically, those orbs have like a 40% chance to drop supers. It's a pretty good conversion if you can get that farm off correctly. Gebbu not going for it, however.
Oh, those Puyos tripping on him up. And Gebbu, that is, as he leaves Shack to him. So far, Zeni looking very comfortable. Just basically nailing almost all the strats, and what I would expect from the world record holder. I will have to ask him, how he feels about the tournament thus far, because as far as I can tell from a few conversations with him, he hasn't been too happy with his performance. But so far in this race, he's been keeping up with the speed run, and he's been rewarded with a very healthy lead as they're about to exit Meridia.
Yeah, like I think we were mentioning before in Brinstar, Meridia is where runs go to die. Oh my gosh, Zeni going for the spring ball up and the D boost.
That's awesome.
That's a great swag strat. It's but yeah, this Meridia has been very good for Zeni. Gebbu not getting quite as much leniency out of this Meridia.
Yeah, I think that's a very good sign for Zeni, and just the confidence he has nailing such a really cool strat like that.
All right, Zeni going for the a blue bomber variation here in Aqueduct. Easily done. Well done. And Gebbu getting, let's see if he gets past the ledge. He does with the turnaround.
That's really nice with the turnaround there, just to get past that. Yeah, when small little details with Super Metroid is what always makes it really cool to me. When you're aiming down like that, you're not exactly a nice blue bomber. Samus isn't on the floor per se, so like you can do a little turnaround that actually helps speed Samus up a little bit, which is displayed there by Gebbu coming out of Cack Attack Alley.
Zeni getting across the little gap here from the reserve tank to the missile without having to jump back up with spring ball. That's great. And Gebbu coming down to get his reserve tank and head out of Meridia finally to more fun areas of the game.
More fun areas. Yeah, I feel like what really gives Meridia a bad rap is part of it is this music that you hear in
little somber,
East
right?
Meridia. Yeah, it's like you're at a funeral. As we say, your speedrun has gone to a place where we dying. Spaghetti and meatballs, nicely done by Zeni. Spring ball.
Zeni coming back here to pick up the Kraid missile here. And you see him firing off missiles. If you haven't noticed, some of these rooms, he's just been firing off extra missiles for no quote-unquote apparent reason. This is just Zeni trying to make sure he stays under GT's limit for missiles. To make sure that he gives him the orbs and no other attack.
That's always crazy to me that they're just barely able to squeeze by that one little Zila as they're going out the door. It's like just right in the center there. I'm gonna get a time check here for Gebbu as he comes down the elevator in Norfair.
Yeah, Zeni just firing off missiles.
Yeah, it looks like Zeni's lead is up to about 26 seconds now.
Definitely still not insurmountable. That's
like a missed baby skip. Yeah.
Heading down into Lower Norfair here, there's definitely opportunities for time loss and a lot of very cool strats. We'll see this fast chronic boost from Zeni here, laying the power bomb at the door, getting the D boost quickly. Oh yeah, I thought it was a little bit far forward, but I didn't want to say anything unless it didn't happen. But he unfortunately was a little bit far forward on the D boost, so he landed on the ledge instead of going down into the lava.
Yeah, the lava can. The lava's not your friend in Super Metroid, it really has a tendency to slow you up. So being able to deboost through there, just like Gebbu was able to, it's a nice thing.
Yeah, one of the strangest things about Lava and Samus is if you have Speed Booster equipped in Gravity, Samus moves slower in Lava with Speed Booster and Gravity. So that D-Boost is actually instrumental in getting through the lava a lot faster. Zeni gets a great spring ball across the crumble blocks here. Always the safe choice. Space jumping there. I'm sure people are feel safe with it. I see a lot of people do it. I think Behemoth, Zost, but I never feel safe doing that.
I don't feel safe, no. You and I are cut from the same cloth.
Speaking of, yeah, Gebbu here, just space jumping across. I mean, it's, you know, you're how likely is it you're going to fall there, right? Pretty unlikely, but there's always that chance. Always that chance.
My opinion, you don't want to leave any doubt in your mind that you're getting across there just to get that one item for 100% item completion.
Yeah, and talking about the supers here, right? Zeni was doing these strats to farm supers from GT. He really didn't get many. I think he only got like 2, maybe 3. But his super count is still phenomenal. He's still going to be having a really, really fast Ridley fight. Gebbu, despite not farming much, I think he got a crazy amount of supers from GT's drops. That was, I think he got like 3. I think I remember correctly. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we've been talking about super missiles and the Ridley fight coming up. Basically, for every 2 charge shots, you can make that up with 3 super missiles. I believe is the right math. And the super missiles have a better rate of fire. Oh my gosh, Gebbu! I was a little worried here in the worst room of the game. Gebbu getting caught up there by the shot blocks or the bomb blocks. So with the amount of supers that they have, they want to use, you know, rounds 18 or 21 of them, and then fill out the rest of the damage with charge shots against Ridley. Maybe even more supers than that if they feel comfortable with it. We'll see what Zeni opts to do.
Yeah, we actually saw Zeni lay a power bomb there in Amphitheater. That's a difficult strat to make save time, but I believe he did save time with it. Basically, there, any room that the excuse me, the earthquake sound effect is going on and like the screen is shaking, you can lay a power bomb before entering the door, and that will reduce the sound processing queue in order to make the door transition finish faster. But it's difficult to do it in that room just because you lay the power bomb and you have to unmorph and hit the door somehow while not losing speed. I think he did pretty well. Ooh, an unfortunate loss of speed there in Powerhouse, and you can see Zeni's frustration. It's a unfortunate place to lose speed.
Yeah, I think maybe he shot too early or maybe too late. The timing was off on the shot. He was trying to hitbox those little fire bats.
You see Zeni just supering everything. Oh, Gebbu's Ridley spring ball unfortunately didn't make it all the way, but that was a very, very fast Ridley fight. We'll see how Gebbu does right here.
Yeah, Zeni spared no expense. Used pretty much everything. Yeah, Gebbu, okay. Using a bit more charge shots. I'm not sure. So when Ridley goes off the screen like that and you shoot a super straight up, it's hard to tell if you get that hit in. So that might have slowed him down a little bit.
Yeah, not the best Ridley fight, but given the amount of supers he used, it still was very quick. When Zeni's going for this Kazan skip here with this very, very well done. Very cool strat there. unfortunately gets unlucky with the. I think he was trying to do. I think he has some sort of manip for the Deskiga there to allow him to morph, but I think he missed it, which is why he just jumped out straight away instead of waiting.
Wow. That's pretty swag from Gebbu there with the spring ball leaving the pirate's room. Just gonna bounce through these platforms and nice speed ball out of the wasteland.
And one of my favorite strats from Zeni there. I don't know, something about that strat, freezing the Fire Flea and landing back on it with the D-boost from the other Fire Flea on the E-tank. Something about it is just very, very satisfying.
Yeah, I'm a fan of freezing the enemies and using them for your strats. That's always been a cool thing.
I'd just like to give a shout out to Hadarubi here. The Hadarubi special, Zeni. Gebbu also getting the Fire Flea freeze. That's great to see.
Yeah, that section there right after Fire Flea where you gotta get past all the little faces and the fireballs and the boulders. Unfortunately for Gebbu, wasn't able to touch the missile there for getting the speedball up. But yeah, as you can see, the section there, very, very execution heavy. Just gotta maneuver your lady as best you can through all the little obstacles.
Yeah, there's a lot of weaving, right? Like those, like this room that Gebbu's about to enter, getting up through these platforms that are basically like right next to each other. Getting up through that's not easy, but Zeni cleaning up the last of Norfair here. He's almost done. Soon he'll be heading down to Crocomire. And this room, I think, is one of the unsung hardest rooms in the game to do well. And Zeni, look, that entrance is like 3/4 of doing the room well, if not more. And he looks like he got it pretty well.
Yeah, you want to do your best to use the screw attack, kill as many enemies as you can, clear it up as best as you can, and then be able to run through the lava. We talked about the lava being sort of a sticky substance. Nice damage boost into the Bubble Mountain, and trading a missile or trading a super to get a super missile with that space turtle.
Yeah, I am not Zeni's caliber, but I would be nervous about having this few supers, especially if I'm going to shoot. Like, obviously, there's a setup to shoot Crocomire's door, but you know, you always just have that little like intrusive thought: what if I miss? You know, because like, you can go farm these guys, but that's time loss there as well. It's always something I think about when these runners just blow all their supers on Ridley, but.
Yeah, you know that was a big thing in one of the races yesterday. I think one of the players co-jacked a super on the eye door. I think going into Fantoon. So, you know, ammo management, as well as the smallest little thing is opening the doors. You all have to keep an eye on what you do. Unfortunately, Gebbu trying to set up that D-boost off of the little metal gamer. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, but, I'm not sure either.
It gets caught up on the platform.
Yeah, Zeni gets a little bit of a break here because he gets first try spike suit. He'll be saving that to spark over to X-ray, but that means he can just sit there and wait for Crocomire to come back over, swim under the lava, acid, and do his little animation. Scary one. Yeah, speaking of ammo here, exactly. I was thinking there was something wrong with this ammo count, right? Because he has to missile these doors now.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure if he picked up those drops with Crocomire after Crocomire. Excuse me. Uh, not trying to base anything on luck or anything. He just went ahead. Just gonna use the missiles. Yeah, there
Wow.
are no super doors. Just the super gate when you're gonna leave Norfair.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have chosen to use the super on that deboost. I mean, I don't know the time saved from that deboost compared to supering the pink door, but I think supering the pink door might be more time. Either way, we'll see Zenny. He still has missiles to open the door. There's no worry about him not being able. Oh, I see. Yeah, well played, Zenny. He obviously knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about the Lake Crocomire route. Is you have Screw Tack here, so Screw Tack those space turtles up above. I used to think that was just out of spite. You're just you're just getting rid of those enemies just because you can. But you have the grapple beam after you pick it up, so you can get yourself a super.
Yeah, what a
It's
great
well
item.
rounded.
It's a shame. It's a shame. It's so late in the run.
Yeah, you and me both the enjoyers of the grapple.
All right. Oh wow. Yeah. Zenny just still has his spike suit. I'm pretty sure. Just going for the jump with the angle down held.
Nice movement. I like in the business center him freezing that Sova just to use it as a platform, just a platform a little bit better to get up the elevator.
Yeah, it's pretty good. This
So tell me, Fuzo, what are they going to use this spike suit for?
oh man, Zenny, he's almost there. He's just got a few more rooms to get through, and there's definitely some opportunities to blow the spike suit. But hopefully, he can make it all the way over to the X-ray hall. You can see these like tiny little pauses that Zenny does sometimes, just to make sure that he doesn't activate the spark. And there it is. This saves a pretty good amount of time. I want to say 7 seconds, 8 seconds,
Yeah.
something like that.
Mm-hmm. You would think it would save more, but there's the cooldown on the the shine spark when you hit things and stuff like that. But that's a good chunk of time.
Exactly. And also, sometimes you have to consider the change in movement that you have to do. You have to like land before aiming directly up, or you have to fall out of like a unmorph or something, so you can't activate the spark on accident. There's a bunch of little things you have to do to make sure you get it. Gebbu also getting this X-ray spark. That's great. I mean, honestly, Zenny's run is absolutely fantastic, and Gebbu's run is really still amazing for keeping even close to this pace.
Zeni was going for the reverse slinky there. That would have been
Yes,
sensational, but just springballing over that first little spot there. That I would say the reverse slinky maybe the hardest thing to do, especially in the late game.
I think a lot of Slinky's reverse Slinky's difficulty comes from the fact that all of these rooms after it as well are so hard, so hard to do correctly, and Zenny just nails them like no problem. But yeah, the first jump is easily the hardest part of reverse Slinky, getting onto the pillar, I guess you can call it.
Yeah.
And these rooms are just, both of these runners are just, these are very difficult rooms. We're talking about rooms again that you want to have a very specific amount of speed. You can't just hold run and call it done. You gotta think about what you're doing here.
Yeah, no question. So if you're just tuning in, this is the losers semifinals. The winner of this will be eliminated from the tournament, and the loser will be eliminated. The winner will go on to face Zost in the losers finals. We are trying to wrap this tournament for the end of the month. It is 2 out of 3 though, so there will be more Super Metroid to come after this.
Yeah, that's just a crazy amount of Super Metroid committing to doing 300% back to back. But I guess they they love the game.
Yeah. It is also a scheduling thing. I like that the game is this community of Super Metroid so international with players from all over the world. We have Gebbu from Norway and ShinyZeni is from the United States, so always really cool. Have players from all over.
Zeni had a little bit of difficulty with he laid that bomb at the bottom of the climb a little bit too far to the left, and then it was already item switching because he was anticipating getting into the hole and laying his power bomb. Laid a power bomb a little bit early, but not a problem. Just little time losses here.
Getting the speedball out of there. That's always a great feeling. One of the harder things to land. Let's see, as it seems like one of the harder things. Maybe you can get a good feel for it when you see the door transition. But Zeni cruising along over to the golden floor.
Yeah, with the great plasma ice hitbox there on that first pirate, just walking past him when he's frozen and hitbox with plasma. That's great. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that before, but that's very cool.
Yeah, we'll get a time check here, but usually when a player is already at the statues and someone's picking up 230 missiles, it's about like 50 seconds or more. So quite a bit of time that Gebbu needs to catch up. He's going to have to hope that something happens to Zeni. But so far, Zeni he's playing really well. Really remarkable gameplay.
I mean, these are so great runs from both of these runners, right? Like, I think Gebbu is only let's see, he was 20 seconds behind entering Burnstar cleanup, and in 40 minutes? In 40 minutes, he's only lost 25 seconds to Zeni. That's keeping pace in my book. Zeni's going absolutely all out on these Metroids here.
Yeah, I was curious to see, opting to farm the Metroids in the second room. I was going to see if he was going to farm, group the Metroids in either of the first 2 rooms, but so far just about an average Metroid rooms for Zeni. Comes away with 4 supers.
Yeah, it's not exactly what he wanted there, but it's better than not having any. And if he had done the normal... Well, I guess he couldn't have done the normal room 2 strat because he bonked a little bit, but grouping there definitely helped. Gebbu will not have any issues with this ammo here, even if he doesn't get any drops, really.
Okay, Zeni gets grabbed by the Metroid as Gebbu gonna see if he can make up some time here. He had some pretty nimble Metroid rooms on Gebbu's side.
Yeah, Gebbu's still got his eyes on the prize here, and while that missed baby skip from Zeni will not close the gap entirely, it does leave a little bit of room for Gebbu to attack here, with a few more mistakes from Zeni. So he's really got to stay on his toes and make sure he keeps it clean here from the end out.
That was a lot of lag there from Gebbu with that charge shot. It felt like. But he has the supers. It's looking good at ammo, so see how this race is going to close out. It's very close, guys. Thus far, Zeni showing no signs of slowing down. Going to use his missiles.
Sorry, this is it's getting pretty close here, just especially because of Zeni had no supers. And Gebbu here has plenty of supers. He's going to have a much faster Mother Brain 1. It's still a good bit away, but that's not that far. It'd be very close.
Yeah, you can see Zeni putting the pedal to the metal, getting right point blank range with these charge shots.
He's doing his best here to try to prevent any bombs. He's jumping to prevent bombs, I believe. Because he wants that catch-up to come out as soon as it's available.
Yeah, that was a good point. I didn't really think about the
yeah, I didn't either. But when I saw him doing it, I thought that must be the only reason he's doing it. So that's a pretty cool thing he's done.
Yeah, everything. Gosh, they gave me a little pause with what Zeni was doing there.
Yeah.
Everything, all the little details, they're all big things. Especially with this cutscene that they're trying to manipulate on Mother Brain.
Yeah, I don't actually know this manipulation, so if you do, I have no idea if they get it. I just know. Just 2 cries. That's all I know. Let's see, 1.
Sure.
I don't know. I didn't count the other one. Let's just assume he got it. Well done, Zeni.
So the only thing you need to know is Zeni's doing the stand-up glitch right now. That allows for him to deal damage to Mother Brain before they get the hyper beam, and Zeni is trying to keep this lead, and he's doing a good job.
Yeah, stand-up here is something that's not... a lot of people seem to fixate on how many shots after stand-up Mother Brain dies to, but it's a lot more than that. You have to make sure all the onion rings hit the Metroid. You make sure you're filling up your energy as soon as possible. And you saw that little manipulation that Zeni did where he brings the Metroid over to the right side of the screen right before it detaches from Samus, and that gets that cutscene a little bit faster. Gebbu unfortunately did not get it and had the cutscene a little bit longer than Zeni's. Heading out into the escape here. Zeni is on a 113 pace. That's just crazy for a race, especially with in a run where he missed baby skips, still 113.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that just it speaks to the caliber of players we have in the Final Four. How well they've been playing, especially Zeni. I've seen a lot of things go wrong for him in these tournaments, and he's been able to stay focused, on point, and pull out, amazing 113, 114 times.
This is a really good escape so far from Zeni. I wonder if that's a manipulation he did there.
Alright, trying to get past all the steam. Screw tagging to the ship from 113.40. Very nice.
Solid run from Zeni. GG. Gebbu, not far behind at all, just entering landing site.
Yeah, I think some of the themes here being a little bit unlucky for Gebbu. That could have easily also been a 113, but yeah, that was a 20-second difference, 25-second difference maybe between the two players. Amazing stuff. I'm happy for great races, and there's more to come. This is 2 out of 3. ShinyZeni, the winner of the first game. I will be joining you for game 2. Fuzda, always a pleasure, man. I'm glad to have you here for the tournament, doing some commentary.
It was great, JD. Thanks so much.
Guys, if you're unfamiliar with Speedgaming, this is a community of channels that do races for all sorts of games, not just Super Metroid. There's plenty of other games out there, like Link to the Past, Mega Man, you name it, retro games. And it's not just speedruns, it's also randomizers, all sorts of fun things. You can find it all on speedgaming.org, and there are links there for events and schedules. This is a special event called Speedgaming Live, happening, I guess, every year. And yeah, I'm glad you all are here joining us. Please stay tuned. Game 2 will be coming up shortly after this.